I think today I want to change the oil on that old girl. What's up, everybody? It's David here at Smitty's Garage, coming at you on this beautiful day. It's a beautiful Friday. If you know, you know. Guys, it's a little cold, it's a little wet, so I got the door shut. I'm probably going to light the heater for a little bit today, just to kind of warm the inside of the shop up for me. But I think I come to a conclusion on what I want to do next on the CB750F. Why don't y'all join me along? Come on. Slow and steady wins the race, guys. So I've been giving this some thought here, and now that we got it to where to bust off, I think I want to change the oil in it before I address the carburetor. Probably a mite overkill for a oil filter that's going to get changed relatively soon, but to be honest with you, the only one in stock here in town. Other than that, a 3 to 4 day delivery day waiting period. So I went with that. Besides, it was only $2 more. And then Honda calls for a 10W40. No, this isn't Honda motor oil, but it's not going to be in there long. Definitely better than the diluted and really burnt oil that's in there. So without further ado, right there's the oil filter. That's going to be a 17 millimeter, and then right on the bottom is going to be a 17 millimeter for the drain plug. So I'm going to go get me a drain pan. We're going to drain the oil, and we're going to pull the oil filter. When I get all that out, I'll bring y'all aboard. On a side note, I was given this the other day. Not real sure what I'm going to do with it. I do know that it's got a blown connecting rod, so it'll definitely have to have a motor rebuilt, but for the wonderful price of free, yeah, sure, why not? So what you're going to want to do here is you're going to want to remove that right there. That's going to allow your crankcase to vent. Then you'll climb up under, and you're going to identify your drain plug, which is this right here. We'll remove it. Not 100% sure I'm going to be able to catch this, but I would love to catch the oil coming out. Y'all can tell my drain pan's not the most clean, but hey, you know, it's not science, guys. Just old motor oil. Come on, come on. Come on. Ooh-wee. Yeah, buddy. She's nasty, guys. It actually smells little gas, a little bit of everything in there. So now these are holding about 3.5 quarts, give or take a little bit. It's important to note that you don't want to overfill it. I'm gonna let that drain, and this is where the oil filter is, right there, 17 millimeter. Well, so it appears to me while Ithwit was out target practicing, one of my drain pans was hit, so y'all see I had to do the old double-roo right there. This will be a mess to clean up. Looking at the crush washer, looks like it's still good, guys. So we'll be able to use that. Not too bad. Not bad. We'll clean it up. Totally not a sponsored deal, but man, that stuff works great. Decided I'd pour it on there, keep it from spreading any further. Just let it start soaking up. Actually, it kind of sucks, guys, because that was my brand new drain pan that got hit. But you know, man, these things ain't but a couple bucks, so I'm not worried about it. It was sitting on the burn pile, and that's where we pop our cans and do our target practicing, so not worried, guys. Let's get that out now. Because I don't want to forget, we're going to go ahead and reinstall this. And right about right here, click, that's 21 foot-pounds. So it's going to be the same thing with this, you know, your 17 millimeter. Let's get that off, and definitely don't want to drop it down in there, guys, but we do want the oil to kind of start dripping. Now there's going to be a spring in here underneath the filter. It is very important that you put it back in the orientation that you took it off. So let me get this off and I'll show y'all. Alrighty, guys, we got it off. I got the whole unit off. Gasket stuck to there, but I believe I got a brand new gasket in this oil filter kit. I'm going to drain that out. Y'all can see the oil still draining right there. And we'll get this over to the bench and take it apart, kind of do a little cleaning on it, and we'll get the new stuff in. I'm going to try to get this thing out of here too. I'm going to leave the cleaning, the sorbent up though, but I think we'll move forward, dude. That's what we're going to do. So let me get this emptied out, and then we'll pull it up there to the bench and start cleaning it up. So let's disassemble this and look at our new parts real quick. See what all we have. Alright. We got new O-rings. We're going to have an O-ring for the bolt. We're going to have an O-ring for the face of the housing. So that's a check right there. Then we got a new filter, and it is the same diameter. I'm going to put this back in here. I'm going to put old stuff to the right, new stuff to the left, and then when I'm ready to start going back together, I'll group everything up. So you got your housing here. What you want to do is you want to push your bolt out. At least that's the understanding I had, is you pushed your bolt out. That doesn't seem to be working though, does it, guys? I'm gonna have to learn this, but it was my understanding you pushed the bolt out. I can see a spring in there, that's for sure. Yeah, the bolt's sticking up on there. Interesting. I wonder if we can just do it like this. Let's let it come on out. Nope. Well, guys, let me do a little investigation, huh? Because we got to get this apart. I stand very corrected, guys. I figured it out. We don't need to take the bolt out just yet. Pull the oil filter out, and then we'll remove this. And that's where we need to pay very close attention to how the spring is in there. So this oil filter is just a little bit stuck in there, so I'm just kind of prying it a little bit. Just get it kind of past this bolt here. There we go. Alright, so now we can pull it straight out. Pretty nasty. Anyway, we're going to set it just like that. I'm going to pull the spring up. Now I'm just going to do just like this, so that I'll be moving left to right when I go in, and I can tell exactly how to go back together, because I'm going to work left to right, guys. I know y'all can't see the spring, so maybe if I turn it this way, does that help y'all some? I kind of hope that does. Filter, spring. I'm going to take this bolt out next. Now this bolt should, in theory, you know, pop right out. There we go. All right. So what we need to do, though, guys, is see, you got an O-ring that's on here. Supposed to be. I don't see it. Huh. That's crappy. Supposed to have an O-ring right here. All right. So this is our assembly. So let's just see what we have. I've got the new filter here. I've actually got the O-ring, and that O-ring seats on here. Might be why this bike leaked a lot right there. And then this will go on, and then the filter. So I don't know if y'all can look up in there, but you know, guys, I'm gonna clean this out with some brake clean. I guess I'll clean the housing too, and I'm gonna clean this up real good. I'm definitely not gonna disassemble anything in here. I want to clean it up real good, guys. No sense in me going in together with some new stuff with it looking like this. So let me get this cleaned up, and when I'm ready to start reinstalling, I'll bring y'all back. Alrighty, guys, I got that cleaned up. Looks night and day different, to be honest with you. Brake clean on the hands when it's cold outside does get a lot colder. I did find the old gasket, old small O-ring on there after I cleaned up a lot of the sludge. So let's get ready to start going back together. This will be last. First thing I want to do is get that small O-ring out and get it on the bolt. Now, it'll help this seal a lot better and everything like that. You know, you're sliding on stuff if you just have just a little bit of lubrication. So hey, you know, a little lubrication goes a long way, guys. There we go. Let's get that over that and just roll it on down. My hands are really cold, guys, so kind of makes being able to grip this thing a little difficult. There we go. Alrighty. That's actually good. So let's put a little bit around here, and we'll put the bolt up inside there. Motor oil on here. Get that on. So now we're gonna, what that does, that O-ring seals up in there, kind of helps it seal it off, keep it from leaking. Make sure you push that in, because see, it's not gonna just fall in. And you may have to, boom, get it in there good. It's okay. She's in there now. It's not gonna hurt anything. All right, so remember, guys, spring, very important how to put it back on, how we took it off. We took it off just like this. So I'm going to set it on there. Very important if you want to, you know, your motor to live very well. All right, so now we got the filter. And I'm just going to put it with K&N up. It's got some O-rings on it as well. And that's what made the old one extremely hard to come out. So what's going to happen is it'll press in there just like that. All right. So the last piece of our puzzle is this. Same thing. You know, on your car oil filters, you put a little oil on them, on the face of them. Put a little bit of oil in there. Just kind of make sure it's good. Kind of help it from pinching. It's just not something that you want. You don't want your oil filter to pinch. Let's get back to the bike, and we'll get this put on, and we'll go from there. Alrighty guys, so we got this back in here. You want to make sure your fins are straight up and down, and when you're getting close, you just want to make sure that that O-ring's staying in that valley. And of course, 21 foot-pounds. Click. Now that's in. We're ready to add oil now. So I'm going to put a little Marvel Mystery Oil in here. Not a lot. Just, you know, a little bit. Oh. About like that. Rest we're going to put with some oil. Calls for about 3.5 to 3 3/4. So I'm going to go about 3.5 quarts, and then I'm going to stop. So let's get some of this poured in there. So I really just wanted a little Marvel in there, you know. I mean, let's face it. We all know that this old girl has been just kind of sitting around for a long time. And any extra additive, you know, nutrient, dinosaur nutrients here will help this old girl. So this is going to take a little bit, guys. So when I get about 3.5 quarts in, I will bring y'all back. So I'm about halfway in. I figured I'd peep, you know, see if we see any leaks. I don't see any drips there. I don't see any on there yet. Just kind of wanted to give a little precautionary look. Let's carry on. Still slowly getting her in there. Just can't help but note, you know, this old girl's going to be so happy with some fresh oil. I mean, she's going to be happy, guys. Actually, after I turn it over a little bit, we might just go ahead and check that compression again. Let's carry on. So we're at the 3.5 quart mark. So the thing to do now is I'm going to take these out. I've been trying to keep, you know, critters and stuff from going in there while I'm not working on it. So we're going to take that out. I'm going to disconnect the spark plugs, and we're going to spin it over a little bit. Let that oil start circulating real good. I may even pull the plugs just to pull them, since I want to check compression anyway. And then we will check the oil. Let's do that. I've got it on here. Got the plugs out. I just want to spin it over a little bit, you know, let that oil circulate some. I've done that several times already. That oil's done circulated good. I want to check the compression, guys. Let's check the compression, guys. I'm not 100% certain what the numbers was, but let's see if we have a little improvement. We can always look back and see. Whoa, I just hit something. Hang on. Shall return, guys. Yep, I just shorted out. Let me get back. What a party pooper, guys. Main fuse blew. So, I need to replace this, and then we can proceed. So I got a couple of new fuses. Got a 20 and 25. Let's get them put it in. Continue forward. So a previous repair, say they put in a voltage regulator, they left these wires open like that. What happened is they touched the frame. I'm going to tape them up before I continue forward. Are they perfect? No, absolutely not. but they won't touch metal and ground out. So that's a good thing. What I will be doing once everything's running right is I will be disconnecting these, moving them to inside the frame rail. There I will reconnect them, solder them, and heat shrink them together. I may even put this inside a zoom, you know, a protective sheathing, but that's another day, another project, guys. Let's get back to what we was doing. And we just wanted to kind of comb over our compression and see if we're getting any kind of improvement after all of the couple of busting off cycles. Bring y'all in. That'll work. That'll work, guys. Let's bust it over a couple times. See if this one comes up some. Hopefully. Be honest with you, I'd like to see some improvement. $95, guys. That is an improvement on that cylinder. It was in the red on the last, and we're now entering the green, and that's just with about 20 seconds of that new oil. And what do we have last time? About 10 little bust off cycles. So greatly improvement there. I wasn't ever really concerned too much with the number 1 as I am this number 2. This number 2 has been historically low. Don't know if y'all can see that. I kind of hope y'all can, but let me get a good press down. Good seat. Let's go. Y'all see I'm on 0. I just wanted to verify that with y'all. I don't feel anything, to be honest with you guys. Matter of fact, that is a negative right there. Let's put a drop of oil down there. See if it improves. Actually, I think it's came up 30 pounds. I want to say that one was close to 0 when we started out. It's the one that I really think that the rings are still stuck to the piston there. Let's put just a drop of oil in there. Alright, we got that kind of moved up in there a little bit, a couple times. 0. I'm not worried about the other 2 cylinders, guys. Y'all remember they was way up there, so they're very good. Yeah, this one's... That didn't help it none, so... Alright, that's good. I'm happy with this. I'm happy with it, guys. So I think what I'm fixing to do now is just because I want to today. It's not really on today's objective. I'm going to go and put these plugs back in, and we're going to bust it off at least once. Look, they changed their lid. You know, at this point, guys, I'm really just toying around before I kind of venture into what I want to do next on this bike. I really need to start digging into the carburetors, but my main objective today was really change the oil and get it circulating. But because I'm still kind of toying around, why not? Let's bust it off. We got everything hooked up. I've got trash piled up about 2 feet above my can surface. I really need to take my trash out, guys, but at this point I'm just kind of goofing off a little. We remember last time, just a little puff. And no, I still have not bought me a new battery. Man, did y'all hear my starter? I will be having to get the starter for long, I bet. Nice. She's sounding very throaty, with the exception of this one. The other ones sound very well. That starter's about gone, guys. One more time. Like I said, I'm just playing around, guys. Alright. That's what I wanted to do, man. I really like it. Cool. That's really all I wanted to do, guys. I just wanted to bust it off one more time. I'm just playing. Let's move on to what I really want to work on. I guess for the time being, we could go ahead and put this cover back over the carburetor so there'd be less parts I have to try to keep up with. Well, I've got that starter cover put on there, and I went ahead and sealed up the gaps, you know, the intake ports and the exhaust ports. I'm gonna be diving into this carburetor, seeing if I can't clean it up and getting it to the point to where we can just put it on the motor and I can bottle feed it. See if we can't get that motor to last a little longer than just a few short bursts. But I think I've decided that this is going to be a separate video. This one's getting kind of long. Yeah, I think that's what we're going to do, guys. Plus the complexity of this is just something else. So, I think that's what we're going to do. I've never dove into a carburetor like this before, and yeah, I just want to do that on its own video. As y'all can see, I do got them covered up, got that back on. So we'll just make this video about changing the oil. Well, guys, I think I'm going to wrap this video up, just make it about changing the oil on the CB750F. I hope that y'all enjoyed it. Hope y'all had a couple laughs. I know I did. Hope it helps somebody. Maybe there's something in there they didn't learn. In everything there's something to learn. Better believe I learned something. I hope that your projects are going your way. Hope they're fruitful, and I hope they're meaningful, guys. Remember, guys, that the grind never ends. Find something that you like. Do it today. And tomorrow do it better. Hey, guys, give me a thumbs up. Comment, share, give me a thumbs down. Look at the mess I gotta clean up, man. Probably deserved it. Subscribe. I'd love to have you here at Smidge's Nation. Hey guys, this is David here at Smidge's Garage. I want to thank y'all for taking a time out y'all's busy schedule to watch the crazy things I do out in the shop. Ain't that pretty colors? I hope that y'all have a blessed day. Peace, and I'm out.